edition of Hustle Rite Friday. I got a special guest today. I got Joy, the stylist. You see, she came very styled. Joy, this is Hustle Rite Friday. If you're not familiar, what we do is play a game of dominoes. We do keep count. We do keep score. And through that, we talk through your business journey. We have a definition of the day. We'll see how that applies to you. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you pull first though. You say you're Jamaican and you play dominoes.
Listen, grew up playing dominoes. Let's do it.
I ain't gonna lie, you the first woman to pull up and know how to play dominoes.
You know, that means I have to win, y'all. That's what that means.
You gotta represent for the women.
For the island teams down.
For the island teams down.
Oh, it's already on. Let's roll.
Come on. Don't play that. Oh, okay.
But, cheating. I want the score to show you. Cheating.
Oh my God. Alright, so where you from?
I am from New York, Mount Vernon, New York, 914.
Okay. What for people who are illiterate, what
it's
is
like,
that close to?
It's right outside of the Bronx. But it's like Westchester County.
Okay. Westchester County. So how was it growing up there? You enjoyed your upbringing?
Yeah, it was cool. Like, it's a predominantly black area. So, you know, grew up around the niggas. It was cool.
Culture.
Yeah, it was nice and cultured. But at the same time, it was like kind of diverse in terms of like income. So it's like a bunch of different kind of people.
Right.
Which is great. And then I moved upstate around 7th grade.
So what's upstate? What that mean?
Okay, so for people that don't know New York, upstate is like white. So I grew up and I went to school from like 7th to 11th grade with just like straight up white kids. And like the comparison was really, like now looking back, like hindsight, it was really good to see just how other people do things and live. And like I think that helped in my development.
Yeah, I had a similar situation. I went to school in pretty much like South Central Inglewood all the way until like 7th grade. I went to school in Culver City.
Oh,
so
okay.
I ended up going to Culver City Middle School and High School.
Is that like a predominantly white school then?
Yeah, it's more white kids than black kids.
I'm sure you saw a big difference, right?
Way big.
Yeah, like literally, like we had iPods, like you know, smart boards. Other school, like the ceiling was leaking.
School
like
was way harder.
Yeah.
That type of stuff, curriculum. So
yeah,
for sure, I seen all of that.
For sure. And they prep you for college and the other school. And the other school's like, wait, what's college? You were going to go to trade school, sweetie. You better get it together.
That shit is actually crazy.
Yeah. Whose turn is it?
It's your turn.
Okay, I was just, making sure.
Yeah. What were some, it's New York, so I know it's everything, but what were some common hustles when you grew up?
It depends on what area we're talking about. It's the cheating for me.
No, it gotta go in the middle. It's not on one side. It's the not knowing how to play. And you said you was Jamaican. You already set yourself backwards.
Listen,
but first when you grew up, not in the white neighborhood, what were the hustles of kids when you were going to school?
Selling drugs, like the regular shit, like selling. Oh, no cursing, right?
No, you could curse.
Okay. Yeah, like, a lot of them was like selling drugs, doing what they gotta do. Like, scamming wasn't a thing back then, but now it definitely is in Mount Vernon. But like upstate, it's like everyone took over their family's business. That's something I realized. Like, a lot of the kids from that area, they never left because they took over their mom's dry cleaning business or their dad's firm. Something like that, which I thought was super dope. I don't like how you
You don't know how to play dominoes.
I do know how to play.
You don't, because that's definitely not how you do that. But it's alright.
I did this right.
What's up?
But
it's not supposed to be like that.
But I wanted. Okay. You know what?
This is not Joy's rules.
This is my rules. This is how I grew up playing.
Okay, whatever you like to say. So, back to, so upstate, what were the hustles?
Yeah, so it was like a lot of, like you said, generational wealth in terms of like.
Even in like high school?
Yeah, you would see, because think about it. So from the trek from high school to college is like where we were at. It's like I left in 11th grade. Okay. So a lot of people would take over their family business. So they would go to school to like advance themselves a bit and then go back to take over the family business.
So wait, your senior year, where you go to school at?
In my senior year, I went back to the hood. So that was like a real culture shock. So I'm like upstate, like, hey guys, real white. Like, not, but I'm saying, like, I was influenced by that kind of culture. And I went back and I was like, oh, where's the smart board? Why is there a hole in the ceiling? So I really, definitely bougie and, still got like a sore thumb. But I really did appreciate like the two differences because it allowed me to see like, okay, kind of just like the trajectory of where I wanted to go.
Hell yeah. So, what was your way of hustling and making money when you was going to these different schools? You was a drug dealer too?
I'm absolutely not.
Okay.
Thank you very much. No. What was I doing? I I was regular. Like, I wanted to just have fun with my friends. So I just had, like, a normal little mall job. I used to work at PacSun when I worked upstate. And when I moved back to the hood, I worked at a restaurant, a southern restaurant. Like, when I was and then I went to college.
That's 10.
That's what?
10.
So you have 10 points.
I have 20 points.
I think you're cheating, but that's okay.
Oh my god.
For the record, I said I'm going to see this. Cheater. My child.
So, when you say you moved upstate, you was doing what? You was a regular kid?
I was a regular kid. Like, I thank God, like, my parents didn't have me working and stuff. I just was going to school. But I wanted to get a job simply to have, like, more time to be out with my friends and stuff. Now I worked at PacSun, that store, the skater store, the Sumis, all that shit.
I used to fuck with PacSun.
Yeah, that's where I was working.
Okay.
I used to let people steal stuff.
Really?
Well, there was this one time this guy stole the whole table, and I was like, get to the line.
Bro,
and they all looked at me. I was like, really? I don't know that man. I really didn't know him.
Did you get fired?
No, I didn't know him.
Oh,
like, my friends used to, like, come in and, like, try and get discounts and stuff, and I took it up, but not to. Like, the man literally looked at me in the eye, like, swept the whole table. I was like,
what you supposed to do?
You ain't shit. I was doing shit. He handed me one of violence. I was upset with him.
Yeah, I was upset.
I'm very mad.
Here, I'll let you play before I ask you the next question.
He's looking at my hand for the record.
Are you showing your hand or am I looking at your hand?
He's looking at me.
Come on, man.
It's my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn, for sure.
He has one piece left. I don't like it here.
You don't like it? Damn, this is the last episode shit. You know what happened to the last security guard?
Wait, how did you get rid of so many pieces so fast?
Cause you pulled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you won.
Yeah, so how many what you got in your hand? Count them up. What's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 10 points. And you gotta wash them too. So you know the deal. You know how to play, right? Go ahead, flip them over and wash them. So
I'm over it.
So at what point would you say that you started getting interested in being like an independent thinker and creator?
Definitely college, man. Like, seriously, I went to college. My roommate was from Dubai. Like, I met kids from all over the world.
What college did you go to?
I went to FIT, so the Fashion Through Technology, which is the best fashion school in the world.
Is that in New York?
It's in New York City, yeah.
Okay.
So I moved to the city. I was like 18, living on my own in the city, and it was just like, literally, like, the whole world was open to me. It was like my oyster. So I just had amazing experiences. Met people from everywhere, from like Africa, from Dubai, from the Middle East, from Europe. And I started traveling now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Very early.
Yeah, very early. I think that's a huge thing. Travel. I get so inspired traveling.
Oh yeah. Perspective. You get it all from that.
Yeah, for sure.
So let me see. So let me backtrack. So you went to school in the hood, and you said they were selling drugs. And you went to school upstate.
But not everyone. Excuse me.
You went to school upstate.
I thought we were. This is a friendly game.
Nah, this is always competition over here. Man.
Wow. I thought ladies win on this side.
Boom. You're not even first though. That's the crazy part.
Isn't the person who has the highest one?
That's only
no, I put in every round.
No,
okay, I'm good.
No.
Again, for the record, cheating.
This is all on camera, so I'm pretty sure that they're corrected in the comments, you know. But so people were basically getting passed down businesses or prepped to get passed down businesses.
Yeah, just overall, just like the family structure and the dynamic going to a Caucasian school, you've seen it. Like, in terms of like from the schooling to the at-home environment, like all of them came from 2 family homes.
Yep.
They just had the resources. You know what I mean? Like they seriously just had the resources.
So, okay, what would you say? So when you got to college, what was like your first business venture when you started being an entrepreneur?
So really, okay, so I went to school for PR. So I started working, so it's totally different from what I'm doing now. But I went to school for fashion PR. So I graduated and I went, so first I actually had an internship at Marie Claire magazine. So I was interning at the magazine.
Where?
Marie Claire magazine. It's all the ladies
so put the peasants on game. What is Marie Claire magazine?
It's a magazine for women. It talks about like beauty, fashion. Okay. It was based in New York. So I thought I wanted to be a magazine editor, but then my boss had a roommate and she was the editor, and I was like, financially this doesn't make sense for me. So I was like, well, I want to make more money, so let me just go back into PR. So I went and I started working for a company called Beyonce. It was like luxury fashion. I was in the PR. Like I was an assistant when I first graduated. Okay. And then like all these stylists used to come in and pull from my trunk shows. Like, I just came back from freaking Hong Kong. I had to shoot with this celebrity, and I got paid this. I flew private. I was like, wait, what? Wait, you did what? And I'm sitting here all day, and I'm the one giving you clothes? I was like, okay, gotta
So what were you having all these clothes for?
Because I worked at a fashion company and I was
give it to you?
Yeah, they would give it to us. Then we'd have to give it to stylists.
Oh, like basically put like product placement.
Exactly. Because I was a PR assistant. So I was the one that would help like organize the trunk shows, all that kind of stuff. So once I saw the fashion stylists come in, I was like, wait, they got the job that I think I would be good at and that I want. So I started assisting, and I started assisting a little bit in New York, but then I was like, all the celebrities live in LA. So why not just move to LA? That was the move. Bingo. So I moved to LA, and like, of course, I had no experience as a stylist or a stylist assistant. So I got a regular job doing makeup at Nordstrom, and I was doing painting faces at Bobbi Brown. So the journey's real. Like, that's the thing I think, entrepreneurs have to be humble.
Yeah, very, very.
Like, be humble. Like, everyone don't want to do the journey, which I think now too with social media. Yeah. You don't. The kids nowadays, they skip so many steps, but I think those steps are really like crucial to the long run.
Man, I went from grad school to working in Bristol Farms, a grocery store. So,
period.
Trust me, I definitely know about just having to humble yourself. Yeah. And quiet your ego down to get to the end objective. Yeah. But yeah, so
Bristol Farms is the plug. They got mad good shit in there.
Facts. Yeah. Me today. Yeah. So my next segment is hustling right versus hustling wrong. So which way were you hustling backwards when you first started your business?
Working too hard and not smart. I was overworking, putting in way too much time. Wasn't hiring help, just like tiring myself out completely.
So at what point did you correct that?
The moment I decided to get an assistant, and the moment so there was the one crucial step to my journey is I was an assistant. So I assisted Serena Akers, so that's Beyonce, and I went and assisted Law Roach. She was one of the biggest stylists.
Law Roach?
Yeah, super talented. And I really got to see the process of what it takes to be a real big stylist, and that's kind of where I started to gather my information. Okay, I might not want to be like him exactly, but this is the parts and the key points I can take away from this journey of who I want to be as a stylist.
Add it to your program.
Exactly.
Okay, I got you. So, what do you think, in a nutshell, how long did it take you to come to that realization?
Realization of
that you was overworking yourself and you needed to hire an assistant.
I look crazy. I was always super tired. I wasn't showing up to anything. Which I think is also crucial in the beginning for any entrepreneur. You're gonna be tired as hell. You know what I mean? But I think it's again a part of the journey. Right,
so I'm saying, how long did it take you to realize that though?
When I started getting my own clients, and I was still
a year, 2 years.
When I started getting my own clients, I was still super tired. So I would say the first year. Okay. And then I started being smart and outsourcing work, and starting to get an assistant. Started to hire tailors. So I was trying to sell everything on my own in terms of alteration.
Wow,
crazy. Yeah, I'm saving all the money. But no, it's not about that. So.
Yeah, no, I got you. Okay, so the next segment is act right or get up. I'm gonna let you play real quick.
Because I'm trying to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to win this time.
Do your thing. So act right or get left. I mean, you kind of answered it. You were never really working for nobody because I don't really look at intern opportunities working with somebody.
I was an assistant for 2 to 3 years.
Right, you was an assistant, but I think the whole time in your mind, you already answered the question really. When you was working at what's the place called again? The PR company.
Ukes.
You was working at Ukes, and you was you figured out that wasn't the job for you.
Yeah.
That was really my next question, but you already answered that. Okay. So I would just sum it up by saying, how long did you work at Ukes?
Not even long. It was maybe 6 months.
And then you was hell no, I gotta stay.
I gotta get out of here.
Okay. So
and it was, New York is cold. I think that was the winter where it snowed every day. And I was like, this is not for me. I have seasonal depression.
So you never moved back to New York?
Never. I might have a property there. I actually do have a property there that I work at, but that's about it.
So, damn, you from New York and you never moved back to New York. That's a bold statement right there.
You know what? I might not win any brownie points for that, but I'm big on environment. I'm big about who you surround yourself with.
You enjoying the sun out here. That's
yeah, it's all of that.
So you not tripping. So okay, so when it comes down to what you do now, what would you consider yourself as only a stylist, or what else would you add to that title? Because I feel like you do much more than just bring clothes and pop up.
No, I think it's a whole thing. I just got signed to a bigger agency and we're working on branding right now. Yeah, so things I'm really working on, just flipping the whole script and just being more than a stylist, of course, an image consultant, a personality, all that kind of stuff. You trying to tell
You know
me?
you ain't scored no points this whole game? That's really wild, but keep going.
But again, for the record, I believe foul play was involved.
For the record, she said she's Jamaican and she plays dominoes, so.
It's just sort of shot to me at this point.
So all the badman come holler at her, because she for sure not putting on for the hood. So what will be, if you can name, like, what's your Mount Rushmore hustlers?
Oprah.
Okay.
How many I got?
4.
I got 4. So yeah, definitely Oprah. This is hard. I'm inspired by like so many different people. So, in terms of fashion, definitely like one of my mentors, Law Roach. Like just the way that he moves and how he moves. Like yeah, definitely.
Took a piece of your business structure from
him. Oh for sure. Like that was the blueprint. Yeah, took some of that from him. I got 2 right now. Hold on. My grandmother, she's definitely up there. Yeah, she moved from Jamaica at the age of like 5. Didn't have any real formal education, and like was the first person to buy a home in her community as a woman. You know, back in the day, you couldn't buy one. Yeah, so she was the first woman to buy a home, but in a predominantly white area, and she worked for the federal bank with no formal education. Can we give her the round of applause? Yeah, for sure. And she was from the island, so yeah, she was definitely that. So that's 3.
Okay.
Oof. Inspired. I feel like cheating. I feel like pressure. Wow, I feel like I could win. Hold on, I feel like really crucial in my moment.
Yeah, you can if you put it right domino though.
Done.
Alright, because I only got 1 domino. There's only 2 numbers or 3 numbers on the board.
Where's it? Oh, here.
6, 1 in blank.
Okay. Something's telling me.
So it won't confuse you.
I was not, for the record, I was not confused.
I just simplified it for you.
He's trying to come slow. It's fine. It's never slow, sweetie. There we go.
Damn, you really fucked up. That's really crazy. You just played it wrong. That's all I had was the double. You could have played the other one?
I'm done. I could have. I'm so mad. Flip table.
Hey.
If anyone flip the table, can I be first?
Nobody flipped the table. I think you might have been the only person to not score that.
You know, that just shows that cheating is happening.
Cheating is definite. But listen, so we coming to the end of the segment. So I ain't even gonna make you lose another round.
Yeah, he won.
Okay.
Fair and square.
Another one.
Fair and square.
I definitely want to ask one more question though.
Got it.
So coming to Los Angeles, how has kind of like been trying to build your business model? Has there been a challenge doing that, or do you think it's actually just been like a smooth transition?
I think in the beginning it was definitely more of a challenge, but I do think that I think a lot of things in business is like they teach you strategy, they teach you like logistics, but a lot of it's like a lot of personal growth and self-growth. So I think like one thing about LA is like you have great weather, you have time. Like if you don't know anyone, you have time. It's not like New York where it's like you feel puzzled to go outside, like you have FOMO if you miss a day. So I just took a lot of time to get to know myself more, and the more I got to know myself in LA, is the more my business grew. Like the more I felt more comfortable with myself. It's like some sage ladies. That's I feel like my business grew in that way because I was just real, like I was self-validating within myself, and like I knew the steps I needed to take.
I heard. Well, thank you for coming on the show. This has been another edition of Hustle Rite Friday. Tap in next week. We'll holla at you.